Happy 2021. Yeah, 2020 was a little bit crazy and a roller coaster in so many ways, but let's see what's going on, I think might happen in 2021. Should you happen to buy a house in 2021, the home price expectation survey that was done just recently anticipate you stay in that house for 6 years, you'll have an equity buildup of $54,000. Wouldn't that be sweet? These are from the top 6 areas, and what they are projecting as far as prices is that prices will continue to rise. And if you add all these numbers together, you're going to have an average of all 7 of approximately 5% increase in prices throughout the year or throughout 2021. One spot to look at, and is making some of the people make some moves, is because a lot of people are able to work from home. So there are clients that I have that are thinking, okay, I'm going to be working from home for the next couple of years. I need something that is away from the family. I'm still part of the family, but I'm away from the family with a little bit of quietness. So that's what they're looking for right now. Working from home, back in 2019, less than 6% of the workforce worked from home. I had a couple friends that did that. The interesting, of course, March 1st, everybody decided, well, we need to stop, stay at home, and hopefully get over this quickly. So it rose to 21%. That was actual number of people that were working from home. They anticipate, the consensus is, that 18% by the end of 2021 will still be at home working from home. 2022, the estimate is 12. I don't know if we'll ever see a number of people of only 6% of the workforce that will be working from home still. Owners see too much of a value, not having to pay those rents, the power and all that. So why not have, the work is still getting done. So let's have our people stay at home. The housing supply. We know in the Reno Sparks area that it has been a shortage. We have been at a shortage probably, we really started noticing it probably in October of the shortage, that there were just not any homes coming on the market. And yes, we anticipate that to continue into 2021. We count on a lot of our builders to be able to help us. I talk about moving up. Your family's gotten bigger, or you are able to make that change and want it to get into a bigger home. These are 3 of the community in Trucking Meadows builders' perspectives of what's going on in 2021. I'll pause for a moment so you can stop, take a look at these. Quite interesting. This is across the nation. Currently, 6.7% of people are unemployed. These are projections through 2021, a little bit of a drop, down to 2023. We're still going to be kind of low. What I have heard is that in northern Nevada, our unemployment rate is a little bit lower than this, only because, thank goodness, I have toured a lot of families and told them that we were always changing, trying to figure out what we wanted to be when we grew up, because of the Indian casinos and such. Fortunately, we don't have all our eggs in the casino business, so we have diversified, and we are lesser in our unemployment figures. So thank goodness we had the foresight to do that, right? Recovery. Yes, we are still going to take a couple more years, probably not into 2025 maybe. We'll have full recovery back to where it was in all sorts of avenues. But that Great Depression took 12 years to start seeing the light, 9 years in the Great Recession. So this is going to be shorter. It's that V curve again. It's going to take a little bit longer. It's not going to go straight up like we had hoped it would last year in 2020. Home sale forecasts. This is across the United States, but this is quite interesting. In 2020, that first column there, 6.47, 6.45 million homes were sold. But look at what they're anticipating, forecasting in 2021. National Association of Real Estate Agents, 2020 we had 6.45 million sales. Look at that number for 2021. They are anticipating 7.50. Over another million sales across the United States. Blows my mind. Mortgage projection rates. Mortgage rates are what's driving a lot of this. Is nobody has ever thought of anybody having an interest rate in the twos. I talked to a client yesterday. He's refinancing for the second time because he can get in the twos now. Cheap money. My recommendation is if you have a pre-approval letter now and you have an amount, let's go find you a house in Truckee Meadows. Because as the quarters go by, prices or interest rates are going to rise, lessening your purchasing power. Make sense? So the more the interest rates rise, the less purchasing power you have. Where will listings come from in 2021? That's the big question. I did an overview for a client and just looked to see how many homes we have in the Truckee Meadows area. We had about 170 homes that were on the market. And that was just a couple days ago. And I'm talking, just like I always say, Cold Springs down to Washoe Valley. That, our whole valley, 177 homes, unheard of. Some people will feel comfortable now that we've been having COVID around for almost a year now. They're going to be comfortable going and selling their home in the beginning part of the year. But as more and more people get vaccinated, there is a thought that probably towards the middle of summer, we're going to see more people making that move, putting their houses up for sale, moving into another house. I anticipate the second half of this year, we're going to be real crazy. And then that will probably roll over into the spring selling season of 2020. What I tell my buyers as well is we are in the slowest time of the year. Normally our sales in January and February in the past years are pretty slow. We've sold a lot of homes just in this past month. This is a forecast. We kind of played with numbers and percentages and such. And this is what I'm forecasting for 2021 in Truckee Meadows. So they're anticipating the average national appreciation is 9.2%, or was 9.2% in 2020. Look at what Reno Sparks did, 14%. 55% more than the national. We have a lot of people moving in and a lot of people making moves. So if we take the projection of 5% of appreciation, just the average, and times it, and look at it towards the median sales price that we closed in December of 2020, might as well say 450. If you take that, it's my thought that in 2021, at the end of 2021, we're looking at as a median sales price, hold on, $484,659. I'm gonna let that sink in. $484,659. If you have a pre-approval letter, if you want to buy a house, it's smart to start now. Let's get you into a home the first part of the year, okay? We're going to make a couple comments on the unknown. These are things that may mess up a little bit what our plans are for 2021. Lumber prices. This was just in the past year. I'm thinking there's something wrong with those lumberjacks. Back in March of 2020, the normal lumber price for a house was about $300 is my understanding to get the lumber there. It might be linear feet. I'm sorry, I don't know. But look at how much it's jumped up. Now, in January, $915, over 3.5% increase in a year of lumber prices. The trees aren't made out of anything else different, and it still takes the truckers to do what they need to do, so somebody's gouging somebody somewhere, in my opinion, right? The last slide that I want to talk about is forbearance. There are clients that call me up and say, hey, Carolina, are there going to be short sales? And when can I get into that merry-go-round, right? Right now, with the appreciation that we have seen this past year, over 50% of the people that had asked for forbearance starting in March of last year have been able to pay their forbearance in full. They have worked out repayment plans, they have refinanced their house, paid off their forbearance portion, and get on with life. Yes, there is a slice of people that haven't been able to be able to do that. Looking at the number of homes that we have and looking to see if there's any short sales, I've probably seen about a half a dozen in the past 6 months of people filing for short sales. If you are having troubles with making your payments, please give me a call. Let's talk about that and see what that might look like. I think you might be pleasantly surprised that you will still have that appreciation to be able to pay off your forbearance and take that rest of that chunk of money and be able to put that down on another little home. Yeah, I know, maybe not in the Reno Sparks area, but Fernley, Silver Springs, Dayton, even Carson City, our prices are a little bit less. If you've watched the rest of my videos, you'll see the difference. So that's kind of my thought process for 2021. We will reconvene next year to see how close we make it. I hope God blesses you with not being sick a day, and that I hope that you enjoy the rest of the year. It's February, and I wish you happiness all through 2021. Thanks.